system that we live in is programmed to make us dislike ourselves, and if you dislike yourself, how can you do anything effectively and feel good about what you're doing? So
Ladies and gentlemen, straight to the point, straight to the streets. We're down here in Union Market, D.C., Northeast D.C. to be specific. This is a special episode of Straight to the Streets. With the election cycle coming up, we have a very special guest today. Who do we have in our presence today?
Terry Lynch, Ward 1 City Council candidate, longtime resident of the ward, and also a citywide activist for many years, having been the executive director at the Downtown Cluster of Congregations.
Well, Mr. Lynch, we appreciate you for giving us your time today, and because time is precious, we're going to get right to it. Now, before we get started, you've been in D.C. for a very long time, over 40 years, correct?
That is correct, almost 50. Came here to go to Georgetown University and never left.
Hey, there we go, a true man.
Ahoya, Ahoya. Yeah, it's true, I went to Georgetown.
Shout out to Hoy. So
didn't make it to Howard, but I did make it to Georgetown.
Listen, Georgetown to do. So tell me, almost 50 years in D.C., why is now the time for you to run?
Now's the time to run because, unfortunately, Ward 1 has fallen way behind. Ward 1 has been left behind, fallen behind. It's way behind where the other wards are. I help create a living downtown. I help bring thousands of residential units, retail, entertainment. What I did for downtown, I realized I got to do it for my home ward. Ward 1 should not be the last and least. By far, we have so many vacancies on Georgia Avenue. We have so many shootings, tragically. We can turn it around, and it's either now or never. I'm at the point where I want to get it done. I can get it done. I will get it done. I'm not a politician for life. I'm in it to get it done in the next term.
If elected for Ward 1 City Council, what is your plan to re-immerse the youth into the society and make them feel like they're a part of this city?
Look at my track record. I'm committed to 12 months of the year, vigorous out-of-school programming opportunities. We need a robust choice for our youth for arts, academics, communications, kind of activities. I'm very proud to say I brought lacrosse, field hockey, ultimate frisbee to DC Public Schools. We didn't have them. We were way behind. When I became a state sports commissioner, I said, they have in Maryland, Virginia, everywhere else. Why don't we have it in DC? I pushed it through, and we've fortunately been able to get hundreds, if not thousands, of youth activated after school in these kind of athletic activities. And that is what we're going to see for arts and academic activities as well after school and in summer. We've got to give our youth the kind of activities they're excited about, rather than just say, oh, go find something yourself. That's not acceptable. We had a Marion Barry Youth Employment Program. We should have a Marion Barry After School Program.
Specifically in your ward, what is your plan to kind of reinvigorate the economy and support the businesses and the business infrastructure that exists in Ward 1?
I can't tell you how proud I am that 12 small minority women-owned businesses in Ward 1 have endorsed me. That includes Miss Pixies and Dos Gringos, but since they endorsed me, they've had to close. They've been overregulated. They've been overpriced by mandatory wage increases, parking losses, safety issues. But small businesses know I'm going to fight for them. Small businesses provide us services. They employ our family members. They provide the activity centers that we all want. We are going to turn it around. And how do we turn it around? Building by building. We need to stop the overregulation, and we need to examine why have been buildings vacant up and down Georgia Avenue for years. I'm going to introduce, as soon as I get elected, a use it or lose it bill. If you've been vacant for 3 years, we're going to have the city, through eminent domain, buy your property at fair market value, turn it around to the arts uses, the nightlife uses, the creative entrepreneurs, our youthful entrepreneurs, to get those activated, to bring back the small businesses that enliven our neighborhoods, make them safer, provide jobs, taxes, and activities.
Okay, I want to move a little bit to the living, the cost of living. Now, Ward 1 is DC in itself is a cultural city, but Ward 1 is very rich in culture. A lot of residents that we spoke to within the city talked about how expensive it is to live in DC and how hard it is, whether it's the predatory traffic enforcement or whether it's the high rent. What is your plan and what do you envision for your ward and for the city in terms of relieving some of that pressure on our residents in terms of cost of living?
Ward 1 tragically has become a tale of two cities. Either it's very affordable or the housing stock is not being maintained. It's a danger to the residents, and they're still being charged. We've got to get the Department of Building to enforce elevator safety. I have a number of aging apartment buildings where the elevator breaks down, and I have people having to climb 4 to 5 floors to get to their units. They can't do that. What we're going to do is get 5,000, I commit to 5,000 new units in the ward that will make more affordable housing. We're going to go after the utility rates. I think a lot of the data centers are driving up the utility costs. We are going to work building by building as well as a ward-wide plan to get us back to the kind of ward we should be, and we are not. We have fallen way behind. We're going to return it to where its glory days.
If and when elected City Council, Ward 1 City Council member, how do you plan to protect our senior citizens and make sure their last days are their best days?
We need birth-to-death healthcare services, which we don't have. And what good is your life if you don't have health? If your health is gone, what's anything else worth? It's not. Two key things we can do right away. Department of Buildings. Department of Buildings has got to enforce the regulations for proper maintenance of buildings, proper services, for proper staffing, whether it be for an apartment building or a senior building. We've got to get on that. Secondly, we need to have a Department of Aging where we have more professional case managers working one by one with seniors. Not every senior is the same situation as the others. We need to work one-on-one, having professional case managers assisting our seniors. Do they need help getting their porch fixed?
That's where you left off.
Our seniors need an array of services. Not everyone needs the same, but we need case managers assigned to our vulnerable seniors who are helping them. Do they need help paying their bills? Do they need financial assistance and grants for maintaining their property? Do they need additional food services being delivered? Do they need help reconnecting with family? So it's a personalized situation. It's not one fits all for our seniors in their different living situations. So I want professional case managers at the Department of Aging assigned to one by one working with those seniors to meet their critical needs so they can age in place if they want. And if they're not aging in place in their homes, they're aging in place in the homes that they've chosen to be in via the facility, and we need to make sure those facilities are operating in a way that honors our seniors.
So you're living in the city?
I'm going to say I personally miss the Little Giant Diner on Mount Pleasant Street where I would get my eggs and bacon and toasted coffee in the morning. Now I'm going to miss Dos Gringos. It just closed now, and it shouldn't have had to close, but the conditions made it close. I'm going to miss Ms. Pixie's, an icon for 25 years in Abs Morgan had to close because of the changing circumstances. I understand change is constant, but I don't like change that's forced. That is what we're going to address in Ward 1 and make Ward 1 great again.
Very well said. Now, before I let you go, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
A lot of people have talked about the business of politics and how they don't have a taste for business of politics. Your experience here that you've been in the community for your whole time being here, like you have a lot of experience and time committed to your community. Do you see a difference between a politician and a public servant, and which one do you identify with?
I'm a public servant. I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for the power. I'm not here for the political life. I'm here to get it done. My goal is to make things better. I started out in DC. I was a Georgetown student. I started out working with CCNV, Mitch Schneider, running homeless shelters. I'm so glad and proud to have founded Calvary Shelter for homeless women in the early 1980s. I'm so proud to have helped found the Washington Area Community Investment Fund, which has put millions of dollars back into small minority businesses across the DMV. I'm proud to have brought lacrosse and ultimate frisbee to our youth and our schools. I'm here about getting it done. I'm not here to be a lifetime politician. I'm not here to be fated for this or that. I'm here to get it done because I want to lift everyone's boats. We can make it safer, better for all of us, and that's exactly what I will do when I'm serving Ward 1.
But to let you covered all bases. Now, before we let you go, when people go to these polls for the primary on June 16th, why should they rank you as their first vote, as their first choice for Ward 1 City Council?
People should rank me as their first choice. You can look at the record. Look at what each of us done. My competitors, I respect them highly, but you're looking at my track record of 40 years of accomplishment. I turned around downtown. Downtown used to be offices from 9 to 5 with unfortunate active prostitution at night, sex shops. There was no life downtown when I started. I and others said we got to make it a living downtown, and we did. We turned it around. We wanted stores, shops, entertainment. That's what we're going to do, which is Georgia Avenue has been crying for. U Street's crying for. 14th Street's crying for. Instead, what we had, vacancies after vacancies, unfortunate crime after crime. That's got to end and will when I'm your Ward 1 councilman.